positive note, because I talked about some really things that were more or less daunting here with Palestine. I always like to end in hope. Unified Under Hope, which is the organization that we started in 2020, is about education, but really it comes down to hope. And I think hope is the most important thing that we in America or across the world can carry in ourselves every single day. And we can talk about America making the wrong decisions day in and day out of this current administration, of the last administration. Kind of miss Barack Obama. He wasn't great to Arabs, but I did love the dude. But what I love about America is that it has the potential to be anything that it wants to be, that democracy can prevail, and that if we learn anything from Donald Trump is that anybody can be elected president or be in these, sort of representative roles. And what I'm encouraged to see by the Generation Z, those underneath us, who are coming up and getting into these new roles and getting into, jobs that really have some sort of way on how society is run, is that they understand these sort of issues and they're not blinded by some of the propaganda that we otherwise see in media. And so that gives me real hope in America to really be the sort of power that is to make the right decisions across the globe, and to not have our hands in every sort of country's this and that, and understand that they can have their own ways, and that we can kind of stand out of some things and we can just be doing our own thing here. And so that gives me hope. And then also with Palestine, the fact that I'm on a radio show talking about Palestine with individuals who run the show that aren't Palestinian themselves, to me it breaks my heart. It makes me want to cry, because it's like, growing up, my dad, would always tell me not to talk about Palestine ever, even though he was born and raised in Palestine. He grew up in a generation that said if you talk about it, you're going to be canceled, you're going to be pushed down. Might as well make it to where you need to provide for your family. And if you ever get to a role in which you feel confident or strong enough or able to talk about Palestine, you can bring it up. Even when my work brought up some of the statements I made on Twitter, which was like Free Palestine, which apparently called for genocide, which again did not. My dad was like, don't make those comments, take it down, just don't talk about Palestine, just have your job. And it was disheartening to me, because my dad is a very strong person. If you met my dad, you know that he doesn't take crap from anybody, let alone me. And so when I went to Palestine for the first time with him to the West Bank, and when soldiers were telling him, like, haha, you can't go to the second most holy place as a Muslim, your kids can go, but since you have a Palestinian passport and you were born here, a Huwiya, you are not allowed to go. And seeing my dad take that, not respond, and have his kids' stuff kind of thrown on the ground during security, and then we have to pick it up. It was seeing a side of my dad that I've never seen. And what I'm encouraged by is that folks are really starting to learn and understand the oppression and the hardships that Palestinians have faced through and through, and are facing most definitely today. And so the fact that we're talking about it and people are actually willing to listen and caring, again, that gives me hope. And so I know this world can change for the better, and I know that we can be in a better place 30 years from now, God willing, or inshallah, as they say in Arabic. But I'm really grateful for both of you guys. I'm grateful to be on this show, and anytime you ever want to talk about Palestine, I'm always willing to come back. If you want to